All right. Hey everybody, welcome to Plaid for Women TV. I'm with the Plaid Girls this week. It is Wednesday, September 16th, and I have a very special guest this week, Miss Sarah McClellan-Brandt.
Hello.
Say hello, Sarah. We are broadcasting live from a wonderful fitness facility in downtown Fort Worth, Brandt Fitness and Self-Defense, which is owned by Kyle, Sarah's husband, and herself. And it's a phenomenal facility where corporate people from around the downtown area can come and get some great classes. And we'll talk more about Brandt here in our segment too. But before we go there, Sarah Brandt, let's talk about the presidential election.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Okay. As we all well know, tonight, Wednesday night, is round 2 of the Republican debate. So I went out and polled some of our younger citizens here in Fort Worth, namely your beautiful daughter, Ellie. And here's the reaction Ellie has to our current lineup of Republican candidates. Thank you, Ellie. Well said, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're nonpartisan here at Plaid. Also, we're going to start a tradition here at Plaid TV. We love to talk about great women in history. Last Friday, August 21st, Plaid held a Women's Equality Day luncheon in downtown Fort Worth. Had some phenomenal women leaders here talking about this issue, but I think you'd be really surprised to know about a great woman in history. Many of you know her as a beautiful Hollywood actress named Hedy Lamarr, so let me put her up, and then Miss Brandt is going to tell us a little bit about Hedy Lamarr. Hang in there and listen, because it's fascinating stuff. So go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, did you know that without Hedy Lamarr, more popularly known as an actress and pinup girl, you would not be enjoying your cell phone today? In 1942, she received a patent on a frequency-hopping communication system, the technology used to create cell phones, GPS, and Wi-Fi. At age 26, she devised a radio-controlled submarine missile guidance system to help the U.S. Navy in World War II, and went on to invent an anti-aircraft shell with a proximity fuse, as well as a fizzing cube that could turn a glass of water into a soda. Any girl can be glamorous. All you have to do is stand still and look stupid. But it's not every girl who can be glamorous, stand still, and take the future in a new direction. Way to go, Hedy.
Way to go, Hedy! Do we love Hedy Lamarr? Beautiful. Did you know that about that amazing actress?
I had no idea.
Yes. And for those of you interested, you go to plaidforwomen.com. If you want to get our Great Women in History PDF, you can download that, and it really gives you perspective on all these women from our past that have taken a lot of bullets so that we can be the fabulous women we are today, correct?
Correct.
All right. So just to wrap up segment 1 of the Plaid Girls with my co-host Sarah, we're going to talk about something that I feel very, very strongly about. That took ovaries! That took ovaries! Sarah, tell us about our award winners this week.
Okay, we would like to extend a heartfelt congrats to the 2 women who made it through the Army Ranger School.
And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Kristen Griest and First Lieutenant Shay Haver, Power Chicks. Let's hear it for them. That did take ovaries, didn't it?
It did take ovaries.
It took ovaries. Well, girl, I feel like a Saturday Night Live skit. That's the end of segment 1. Should we clap it?
Clap.
And sing. Welcome back to the Plaid Girls. This is segment 2. We don't like to worry about all those pesky commercials. I'm here with Sarah McClellan-Brandt at Brandt Fitness and Self-Defense in downtown Fort Worth, a phenomenal facility where you can get all kinds of weight training, yoga classes, and I really want to share with our audience, Sarah, tell us the story about how you and Kyle decided to get into this business.
Well, we were newly married, and I was teaching yoga, and he had just graduated from TCU with a degree in kinesiology.
Wow.
And he'd started personal training, some people at some different gyms, and that was sort of his career path, and he was also a martial arts instructor since he was 14 or 15 years old.
Kyle's a badass.
Oh yeah. He had just gotten his 5th degree Taekwondo belt.
Okay, so explain that. That's pretty high up in
Yeah, that's kind of the highest you can go in a certain school of Taekwondo. So
wow.
you can only go as high as your instructor. So he had hit his as high as he can go with his instructor. So we decided to open up our own place.
That is fantastic. And tell me about your own passion for exercise and staying healthy.
Yeah, you know, I've been exercising since I joined the track team in junior high school. I've always loved it. It's always made me feel better. I mean, every day is a little better with a little exercise. And then when I got pregnant, I was able to continue to work out through the whole pregnancy and ended up not having to gain a whole lot of weight.
Which is critical.
Which is critical. It really kept me healthy through that and helped me recover faster too.
That's wonderful. I think what you share with our audience, this was fascinating. You were telling me that the largest growing clientele for the gym is?
Women.
Right. Why is that, would you say?
Because we do a lot of weight training, and it's a CrossFit gym and a weight training gym, so that's very typically seen as a male field in fitness. But women more often they're wanting to get stronger. We're wanting the upper body strength. We're wanting to open our own pickle jars, you know, and women really are growing in the field of strength in gyms, and so that's our biggest clientele right now.
You have really touched on something, because as you get older, women typically upper body strength is not as much as men, but as you get older, it's not a matter of getting all bulked up, but it's really strengthening your muscles and delaying the aging process, quite frankly. I think a lot of elderly people, when they stop exercising, it's kind of catapulting them, unfortunately, into wheelchairs, and you want to delay that as long as possible.
Right, and weight training actually also delays and maybe completely stops the onset of osteoporosis. It helps you be able to play with your grandkids and not get tired or winded. Upper body strength is really, really important for women as we age.
Tell us about the classes, everything you offer here at Brandt.
We offer CrossFit, we offer personal training, we offer Olympic lifting classes, and we offer martial arts for kids and adults, as well as yoga for athletes.
That's fantastic. So it sounds like you have a very diverse clientele. And why don't you tell our audience, you have a young daughter, so how young would you encourage parents to get their children in some kind of physical activity so they can maintain their health throughout their life?
Oh, I would say as early as they can play. Just give them as much room to play and as they possibly can. But as far as putting them in classes and things, I think the age is about 3 to 4. You want to kind of start encouraging a sport or gymnastics of some sort.
And I think it's even more critical today, because as many of us know, grudgingly, kids are addicted to machines, so they're starting to lead a very sedentary lifestyle, and you really want to nip that in the bud, don't you? Get them outside, get them into gyms like this and programs.
Right, you want them to enjoy their movement in as many ways as possible.
Absolutely. If people want to get more information to sign up for classes or come, I understand you offer one complimentary visit to see if this is a good fit for everybody. Tell our audience how they can get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of us by visiting www.brandtfitness.com. Or you can email Kyle at brandtfitness.com, and he'll get you any information you need.
And it's Brandt, B-R-A-N-D-T, fitness.com. Okay, well that wraps segment 2. Is it a wrap?
It's a wrap.
Welcome back to the Plaid Girls. We're in segment 3 now. All right, I loved having this lovely lady as our guest host this week. This is a segment that is ongoing and a theme that many of you that know Plaid for Women, the No Mean Girls campaign, this is kind of touches the core of what our company is all about. So just for a little background, back in January of 2015, I just casually made a comment to a group of women that if you're not here to support other women, there's the door, and if you're not here to support all your sisters, we're really not good fit for you. And I said, at Plaid for Women, there are no mean girls allowed. And literally, Sarah, you could have heard a pin drop in the room. So we started a Kickstarter campaign online and raised money, and it's hit like wildfire, about creating messaging to go not only into the workplace, but also into the schools to kind of break the stigma of all this mean girl behavior. So I think we've all been touched by it. I would love for you to share with our audience, have you been a victim of mean girls, and what do you hope for your little gorgeous Ellie so that she doesn't have to go through this?
Well, yeah, my first experience with mean girls was in kindergarten. And
kindergarten.
There was another girl named Sarah, and she decided she didn't want to talk to me anymore because she didn't want to share her name. And
Diva!
She convinced all the other little girls not to talk to me for the day. And I would never want Ellie to go through that, and I certainly hope that we can teach our daughters not to behave that way.
Because I think, all kidding aside, when something like that happens to you at such a young age, it really gets into your psyche, and it kind of carries through with you. So now you're a very successful professional businesswoman. Can you cite some examples of mean girl behavior in the workplace without naming names?
Well, yeah, there's always, I mean, I've seen many situations where one woman in the office just gets kind of picked on or talked about behind her back, and it's never good, and you always know when it's happening, and it just makes the workplace toxic for that person.
No, absolutely. You know, it's interesting, one of our Plaid Power bloggers, regular contributors, her name's Shannon Thomas, she wrote a blog that was one of our largest viewed blogs since we've been doing this. It was called When Mean Girls Grow Up and Join the PTA. What do you think about that?
I have heard about this PTA group and I dress.
Yes, having to engage, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get to them with our programming. But she actually said that she moved here from Los Angeles and volunteered to be the president of the PTA in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And she lasted about 60 days. And this is a tough chick. She said, Shivaun, I've never seen behavior like this.
Oh.
So honestly, when women pull together, there's nothing stronger and more collaborative, so we really need to focus on what we have in common to move the sisterhood forward, right?
Right, and those women pass it down to their little girls.
Absolutely. The little girls see what's going on and then they replicate the behavior. And honestly, I think in the workplace, we need to form a good old girl network with all the positive implications of that so we can support each other and see each other move forward.
Absolutely.
So, I can't tell you what a pleasure this has been. You're a fantastic lady, and again, let's tell our audience we're at Brandt Fitness and Martial Arts in Fort Worth. One more time, tell people how they can get a hold of you.
At BrandtFitness.com or Kyle at BrandtFitness.com.
All right. This is Shivaun Palmer and
Sarah McClellan-Brandt.
We're the Plaid Girls for the week of September 16th. We'll see you next time on Plaid TV. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. It's,
How nice you could just go ahead and do it with your phone.
It's right down to stop.
I should hope we sat close enough. I worried about that.